Hello, and welcome to the Fables of Gahlia. You're watching the Swole Initiative Network. It is Friday, guys. You're starting your weekend off the right way with Fables, so thank you so much for joining us. Before we jump into tonight's episode, I believe we have some announcements to get through, so why don't we start off with Stacks?
Awesome. Okay, so straight from the halls of Valhalla comes our first sponsor of the night, Norse Foundry. They create artisan dice and gaming accessories crafted from the finest metals and gemstones by the dwarves themselves. With Norse Foundry, even your Nat 1s will be beautiful. Check the link in the chat or just head over to norsefoundry.com and use our special code SWOLE, SWOLE, to get 10% off today.
Awesome. I don't know who's next. I don't remember.
It's me.
Betty.
Hey, this just in. Nine Realms Gaming has a cool announcement, which I'm going to share with you in just a minute. But our second sponsor of the evening, good grief, I'm falling over my words already, is Nine Realms Gaming, where they hand make all of their products from quality natural woods to make beautiful gaming accessories for everyone to use. And you can use the code SWOLE10 to get 10% off of your purchase at ninerealmsgaming.com, where you can do cool things like customize a dice tray with the moon phases if you like that kind of shit like I do. Or, you can roll your dice and see what we're going to get. It's a 3. That's a good start. That's pretty much accurate how this evening's already gone. Then there is a new announcement from Nine Realms. On
No
my
way.
post here. They now are doing glow-in-the-dark resin inlays. You should pop on over. It's on their Instagram, right, Jay?
Yes.
Pop on over to their Instagram and take a look at those. They're awesome. I don't have anything to show you, so go to their Instagram to look at it. But open that in a different window or on your phone so you can keep us up. But yeah, Nine Realms is awesome. That's all I got.
Fantastic. Brent, take us away.
All right. Okay, you guys. It is once again time to give a special thank you and shout out to our next sponsor of the evening. Say it with me. Griffin Co. Everything you see that is 3D printed on our shows is from Griffin Co. If you would like to get in on this awesome action, all you need to do is just go on over to griffinco.com and use the promo code SWOLE22 at checkout, and you will receive 22% off of your entire order. All right.
Awesome. And last but not least, Ashley.
That's a me. Hey, you freaking nerds. Here's an idea for you. How about you roll for initiative before jumping into the mosh pit with Dyson Devil Horns? How about it? Visit DysonDevilHorns.com for heavy metal tabletop gaming merch, mugs, and more. Use code SWOLE at checkout for 10% off your order, and be sure to follow them on Instagram for those sweet, sweet memes. That's Dice, the letter N, devilhorns.com, and rock before you roll, man.
Awesome. I know we're running a little late, so I'm just going to run through these things real quick. Subscriptions. Thank you for everyone who chooses to subscribe to us. You can subscribe with your monies. You can subscribe with Bezos monies. If you have a Prime account, you can subscribe to one channel every month. If you choose to do it with us, then thank you so much. All money that we gain from subscriptions goes back into the channel to create more cool and fun things like our Spelljammer campaign, which had some hiccups with getting some things finished, but it is well underway. And yes, I'm super excited about that. Gifted subscriptions will also go towards our giveaway that we have live tonight. Once we hit 200 total, that doesn't have to be tonight. It can be one of the other streams as well. But if we hit 200 tonight, we're going to give away my favorite set of gemstone dice. I'll give you a different set. Bloodstone dice, which are absolutely phenomenal. They're beautiful.
why would you have picked your favorite gemstone dice for tonight's stream to give away?
That is the least subtle way. It's also going to be my birthday. Probably when this stream is closed up, it'll be midnight here, so it'll be my birthday. So I'll give away my favorite set. So
I could very well let you have to say it was your birthday to everyone. So I prompted that for you. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. So yeah, once we hit 200, we will unleash the giveaway. We'll let you guys know. It's only for US, and this one is only for subscribers. But you guys can enter. You do have to be in the chat to claim your prize when we call the winner, or we move on. So bear that in mind. Thank you for the happy birthday messages that I am now seeing coming through. Thank you to my wife for embarrassing me. And now I've completely thrown off. Flex points. Everyone can contribute to these. Once 10 people load in their channel points, which are free, onto one player, they will get a flex point where they get to flex their abilities and use things that they may not be able to do like rules as written, but in cool narrative ways. So team up and decide who's going to get what. That's the easiest way to make sure that the player in need of a flex point gets it. Other than that, you can also roll along in the chat if you are a subscriber with !roll, and it'll roll a d20 for you so you can see what you got. I believe that is everything.
YouTube, it was a little behind because I was moving, but everything that isn't up there already will be up there tomorrow. So then we'll be back on track with our normal weekly YouTube updates. That way you can catch up if you need to.
Perfect. Thank you, Diane.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's it. And I think that's all we have to say. So let's get ready for the next episode of the Fables of Gahlia. And so, last week on Fables of Gahlia, wow, yeah. The cart was on fire, and a mage fell into the woods, to summarize a lot of things that were happening in that moment. Some of you decided to make chase. Others of you decided to look for fingers. Once finding the fallen like literally fallen, not dead, mage, although very close to. You guys took your time to inflict a lot of pain on him, accidentally and on purpose, trying to assess whether this guy was trustworthy. And some of you got the feeling that he was hiding something. A lot of you didn't trust the apparently cursed staff that he wielded, and ended up dislocating his shoulder trying to kick it away from him. After a little while, he agreed that trying to peel the staff away from him would be preferable than taking his entire hand and or arm. Once doing that, you realize that he had triggered something in the staff that took care of him, splitting his head in two and rendering his corpse seemingly useless. From there, you picked up and walked back to the cart that was engulfed in flame, with Adeline waving branches at it to try and fan the flames down. You weren't here. You didn't have a choice. I had to do something with you.
Great. Love it.
When you all gathered around it, you just decided to watch it burn down, I guess, kind of seeing it off. Once it had burnt to a crisp and only embers and one Keith the Kettle remained, Kaya decided to use his cooling breath weapon to cool the kettle down.
Not the
And so, from there, you guys had picked up. You've got Ted and Jerry, the horses, still, but are now making your way mostly on foot. And that is where we pick up. We are around midday, early afternoon at this point. I would say probably early afternoon, after watching the cart go down in flames. So, what would you like to do?
Do y'all mind if we sit and rest for a spell? I need to catch my breath.
Sure.
That's fine. We can have a rest. We've been doing
Worry
a
if
lot.
I just worry if we meet somebody else on the road that doesn't have our best interest in heart in our condition, or at least in my condition. I might not fare very well.
Oh, I'm still bleeding so much from the shoulder. I got shot with an arrow. Like, who would have thought that would ever happen to me? It hurt so bad.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see Adeline's like going slightly gray in complexion and like dark under the eyes. So she's starting to sway, like even though
If I were to quantify how I was feeling, I'd put it at a 5.
Out of 5 or out of 10?
Oh, it's a 5 out of like 32. I know it's like a weird scale, but yeah.
So it doesn't hurt very bad?
Well, you are very brave and very, very strong. How about I sit down here with you and then I'll cast Cure Wounds at the 2nd level. 58, and one of these. And you're gonna get an 17 points of healing back.
Ooh.
Hit
Oh my god. It feels a lot better, thank you.
Good, because that was my last spell for today.
Ooh.
Just kidding. And while we sit here and do a rest, I will harness my divine power and regain my channel divinity, and I will regain 2 expended spell slots of the 2nd level and below. So I'm going to do that as we rest.
We're taking a short rest right now.
I assume so.
Very good. Normally this is the time I would be making us treats and things, but it appears that our food source has went down with the cart.
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not your fault. You didn't catch it on fire or throw a fireball at it.
I know, but I feel like everybody's looking at me now, thinking that I could have done something. And it's true, I could have, but my mind wasn't in the right place.
Well, you saved the horses, and I think that's where your mind should have been. So
It's true.
it would have been a lot sadder if the horses didn't survive. So thank you.
Okay, we can always get a new cart.
How close? Right, how close are we to the next town? Surely they have carts aplenty.
Are you all going to tell her? Is it going to be
Yeah.
me?
What?
My dear Adeline, it would seem we're stranded for the time being. Not quite sure how far a trek it will be to the next civilization.
Probably looking at a week, couple of weeks, maybe more, unless we go back.
On
It's actually
foot?
it's actually closer to go back than it is to go forward, but we're not going to go back, I don't think.
I mean, we
But
can.
it's closer, you just said.
But
I feel that we have other pressing matters that we should go over, like the situation. Adeline, you weren't there. Back in the woods with the staff. I feel like we unleashed something into this world, and it's now our responsibility or something to take care of it.
So that's what we're doing.
well, at some point, we're going to have to.
Point. Yeah.
Do you know anything
Right?
about what did he say? He said the Flint will rise again, will rise, and Yinagu will return. Do you know what that means?
Inagu? Can I do a
Inagu.
religion check?
Yeah, that's fine.
Uh,
10.
10. 10.
Oh, 10. I will say with your mother's like area of study, I'll just give you that it rings kind of abyssal bells, but you can't quite place it.
Well, from the nomenclature, I would assume abyssal, but I don't know anything about it particularly. If we perhaps went back and used the nice big library with the nice fireplaces and the blankets, I have to give up the dream of that, right? Like, we're not doing that for sure. That's like officially like, okay, all right, okay. Well,
Just like Kaya had to give up Eric's, you too must give up the comforts of nicer bedding. My dear.
Except I found a knoll ear, so Kaya doesn't have to worry about Eric's for a while. He had a knoll ear,
He enjoyed
which
that.
he loved.
It was
Did you read the
delicious.
whole thing?
Deception
Of
check.
course.
And then
Oh, and my insight's really good.
Oh no, she didn't say it. You did. You can't do that. Ah,
you said, I did enjoy it.
I rolled a nat 20.
I'm not even gonna roll.
He's like, nope.
I'm not even gonna roll
Roll.
because
Do it.
Do it.
What did you roll now?
deception. I have a +0, so I guarantee you, even if I roll a natural 20, it
Oh.
won't be any good.
Yeah, she's like a +1,000,000.
Yeah, I rolled a 15. So it's like I couldn't even.
And Diane, your total was
27.
So you realize that
That you're
truth-
lying.
no, but no,
Lying
I'm going to tell
straight
you. I'm
through
going to
your
tell you
teeth.
what you get from that. In truth, I was very appreciative of your effort, and I made a great effort to make you think that I enjoyed it.
I just stare at you with my dead eyes like I usually do.
Okay.
Well,
Did anyone else get the vibes that Rose,
yes,
you were going to say something?
I was. I took these boots and this ring from this person, wizard person. I don't know what they do. So I was wondering if maybe Adeline, you could tell me what they are. They're definitely magical because I saw magical radiance coming off of them. Did you hear me, Adeline? No.
I think she's
I think
thinking about the
realization's
library.
kicking in.
completely perplexed by the question for a moment.
That's okay. We'll get back to that in a little bit. What were you going to say, Ross?
Oh, the things that he was talking about. It almost had a underlayer of everything else that we've been encountering as of late. Or is that just me?
Well, I don't really know what it was. So I don't know if there would be a different, like, you know, with the hedge witch, it was like a different kind of hedge witch, not a normal, not a hedge. I keep saying hedge witch, but you know what I mean. The hag. With the, what was the other thing that we encountered that wasn't like the other things that it usually is, but it's all tied back to these portals and things.
Well, yeah, I understand.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know enough about this to know if there was something different about it. Does that make any sense? I feel like I'm just babbling.
No, I
I
mean,
don't know what to do.
he wasn't very detailed in his retort before he filleted himself. Or,
Right. Even if we don't go looking for whatever it was that we potentially released into the world, I have a feeling that it'll probably find us. So maybe the best course of action is just keep on heading towards the Institute.
Well, it said that they were going to make an attack on the town or a city on the
yeah,
other
the
side
one
of
that we're headed towards.
I think we're headed probably in the direction of where they're planning to attack.
Yeah.
So we probably should just try to make good speed to get there to warn them. I wonder
We
if
should-
we should try to go over the mountains instead of going around them.
We should stay on the main road in case some travelers might be traveling. We can hitch a ride.
Well, that makes better sense than what I suggested.
That's a good idea.
Or we can procure a ride from some travelers on the road.
Isn't that what you just said?
Semantics.
I think his intention is a little different with the second option.
Priorities to save the world.
I think we should do a séance.
Now? That's going to be your go-to all the time, isn't it? Can you do a séance in the middle of the day, or does it have to be dark?
I don't think the ruling says anything.
Well, I know that there's candles involved, so I didn't know if the lighting
I've seen spirits during the day.
Good point. Well, I'm up for that.
Okay.
Would be
We're
common.
actually going to do it right now. Okay.
I mean, you suggested it.
Everyone was suggesting something, so
You're resting anyway, so.
okay, great. So I'll start putting all my things out.
Cool. I will say that as you kind of prepare your seance area and that conversation, we can lengthen that out to be the short rest.
Okay. Well, it takes an hour to do the
Like it's not.
séance.
Yeah, right. So
Perfect.
so you start setting up everything, trying to fish whatever you can from the blackened remains of the cart to pull out.
Well, all of my
anything that
séance equipment is in my bag that I keep with me.
No?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay. So
It seems like you had something to
it's-
say.
No, I was just flavoring like you going
Okay.
through and picking things out for an hour. That was all.
Got it.
I wasn't
Okay,
saying
I-
you can't do it.
Okay.
So
Is
yeah,
it
so
cool?
while that's happening, I don't think Adeline heard Rose's suggestion before she
Nope.
kind of never mind. Doesn't
We're
matter.
going to let her take a long rest.
I like how she joins right in on the fun as soon as she comes back.
Adeline, did you hear Rose's suggestion about identifying the boots and
I have boots and a ring that need identifying from this wizard.
Oh, happy to do it. Sorry,
So we'll let you do that. Thank you.
Yeah, so
You can seance while she does that.
yeah, while Adeline lays out her book and puts the various pieces in place, we'll say that you can start to run that identify. I'll say because it's two different pieces, we'll run two rituals one after the other, so you won't be present for the seance. I'll
Cool.
take the silence as an okay. Hotel Wi-Fi, guys.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, how does your makeshift seance look in the middle of the woods?
super awesome and spooky. I have my spirit board down. I have my candles sort of spread around, incense burning, so there's like a little bit of smoke around. It looks super cool. It's exactly what you want to happen upon in the middle of the woods.
Fantastic. Okay.
Do
So,
we know who we're trying to contact?
Yes.
Do you have to contact someone in particular, Lily? Or do you just put it out there?
I think you can just put it out there, but I want to contact someone specifically.
Are you going to tell us who?
Yes, my mother, who is dead, that I just learned about.
Oh. And I'll just grab your hand.
And I'll squeeze it a little bit, and then I'll put my hand out for someone else to take.
Circle up.
okay. So with Adeline to the side, you guys form your small circle and start reaching out. And eventually, even though it's the middle of the day, the area around you seems to become dark. And the candles light up brighter. The flames grow twice as tall, twice as bright, illuminating this small sanctuary circle. For a while, nothing happens. But you all trust in this because you've seen it before. And eventually, this small, almost like an upside down tornado starts to form in the middle of the circle. And it starts to erupt upwards, growing the spike in height up to about the height of a humanoid. And then as it slows and falls away, you see the visage of what is a very beautiful woman. Lily, she looks different from when you saw her. She doesn't carry that air of sickness. The gaunt expression is gone. She appears vibrant, if a ghost could appear vibrant. She has almost a warmth in this cold that everyone feels. And she takes a moment and looks around at everyone staring at her. And her eyes eventually fall on Lily. And she says, "Do you know, you look just like my daughter."
I am your daughter.
Grace? Grace, is that really you? And her hands go to clasp your face, and they don't quite meet physically, but you can feel there's like an initial cold as she rushes towards you, but then as her hands stay there, you feel this warmth around your cheek. She says, "You look so beautiful."
Thanks.
I'm so sorry that I couldn't be around to see you grow.
You wouldn't have, even if you were alive.
I'm sorry. Where's your father?
I don't know. This might be difficult for you to take.
Who are these people? Are these your friends?
They are my friends. This is my sister.
Well,
I died. And my sister and her family brought me back. And I'm not sure if my father is a good person or not.
This is a lot to take on.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. And she like strokes your cheek with her thumb. Don't be sorry. Your father is a driven man. But in his heart he is good. He loved us both so much. Does he know?
No, not yet.
Does he know you passed away?
Yes. But I don't know what led to my passing. I don't know. The Institute doesn't seem like the best place from the information I've gotten. And I don't know his involvement in it.
The Institute is a complicated place. But he is a good man. His intentions are pure.
And what happens if a good man lost everything he loved? What then?
I mean, I can't speak to that, but I'm sure that your father is still working and carrying the family name.
How are you doing on the other side?
I'm at peace. It's strange on the other side. I miss you, I miss your father, but there's almost a comfort in the wait.
Where are you?
I am on the mountain.
Do I know what that means?
can I insight? Like,
Could it insight my ghost mom?
yeah,
Wow.
I am a grave cleric. Wow.
Yeah, what do you want to try and determine?
So based on everyone felt the warmth, right, when she appeared, or was that just Lily?
No, everyone felt like that slight warmth, but it's Lily who feels this like bond of
Okay.
warmth now that she's close by.
So based on that feeling, when she first came, that there was a slight warmth, what she said about the mountain, what I'm kind of hearing in this conversation, I'm like her origin, her, you know, her.
I will say that you and Lily, and yeah, probably Kaya and Adeline would know that going up the mountain, on the mountain, it refers to like the celestial plane.
That's what I was asking for. That's why I was.
You would know that colloquialism.
Right. Thank you.
So no roll needed for that.
Okay.
Are you able to visit people as you wish?
This is the first time that I've been back. And I'm so glad that it was to see your face. I have longed for years. I just wish that I could hold you.
Yeah.
But must remember, it's all in the plan, and once you make it up the mountain as well, when your final time comes, we will be together.
I don't think I'll ever get to the mountain.
What do you mean?
That's not where my fate is. It's not where I was going originally.
Well, that wasn't your original fate. That's why you came back.
What is this talk of fate? That sounds so finite. That's
My sister and her family, my aunts, they have pledged their lives to Isis. And with Isis's help is why I'm here.
so. It was you leading towards Rose, and your family is the reason that my family is now broken.
No, I believe it was whoever killed your daughter in the first place.
But she would have made it to me.
She was not headed up the mountain.
I
How do
wasn't
you know?
heading to the Raven Queen was going to take me.
The Raven Queen.
I saw it. I was in the hells.
You don't know that. You don't know that for sure.
I know it because I saw the vision.
Is this her? She's been cluttering your head up with this nonsense.
No, it's my sister.
She's not your sister.
She's the only family I've known.
And yet I stand right in front of you.
Because I
you
called
asked
you
me to
from the
be-
other side. I know that ghosts can go as they wish. You could have found me. Others have found me, and they're not even related.
And what do you know of the mountain? Sweet girl, it is not that easy.
Did you try? Did you try to
Why-
seek me out? You didn't think I was
Why
dead.
would I try? I didn't know anything about your passing or coming back, or I didn't
but
even know that you weren't with your father. We don't
but you-
see these things.
You could have tried.
Becoming too attached to the material plane is it's not healthy. Time loses meaning when you pass over. And the comfort of Celestia allows the passing of time to not be as painful. But I sit and wait for you each day.
Okay.
I'm sorry that I became afflicted.
The only thing I want your apology for is disrespecting my sister.
And she turns her head slowly to Rose.
Because if you would rather me die as a child just so I could be with you on the mountain than live a life, then I don't know.
You realize that I'm taking on a lot of information in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, but time passes differently for you now.
Which means that this moment is even shorter. And she turns to Rose again. I'm sorry.
It's all right. You weren't there. You didn't stumble across a bleeding child and try to do everything in your power to fix it. My power happens to be an inkling of the hand of Eastus. And those hands ripped her from the hells. Her fate was not there.
Rose, give me a persuasion check.
17.
That simply doesn't make any sense.
I know. Which is why I think it was successful. Something was done. Something wasn't right. Look at me. You see, there's celestial blood running through my veins. I do not have ill intent for my sister.
And yet you serve a goddess of fate, and yet you feel the need to bend and pluck at it whenever you see fit.
Fate did not decide this.
Fate did not decide this. So it was you.
No. What I mean is, fate did not decide her death.
I was taken and I was stabbed in the stomach. I was murdered.
I am sorry that you went through that pain. I am.
I don't remember it.
And what would you have of me now that you have me here?
I just wanted to see you. And I wanted to make sure you were okay and happy and ask about my father, which I did. So
I miss you, Grace. It is not easy going through each day.
I'm sure.
But the light of the Dawn Father allows me to some comfort. I am glad you are living a life.
Yeah. And I'll talk to my father at some point.
Please do. He needs to know.
Things are weird right now, though, with the Institute.
Do you know why Lily would have been kidnapped and murdered? I mean, Grace.
Grace was a wonderful, joyous little girl. I have no idea.
Anyone in particular would dislike my father?
Your father was a very driven man.
Yes, you said that.
And with that comes jealousies, envies of power and status. But I couldn't tell you a single person. Like I said, it's a complicated place.
May I ask something? Is that allowed? Maybe?
Yes.
Did Lily's father have any close friends at the Institute?
There was one. It's a odd fellow. Wanted to do strange things with arcane magic, but Girard was his name.
Yes, we've spoken with Gerard. He is also passed on.
I didn't know. That is sad.
Do you know about any liquid dragons kept in bottles? I know that's a very weird question.
Yes, but I suppose this whole situation is weird as she kind of gestures towards like the black sand and candles and the darkness around, even though like the sun is beaming in the sky.
Oh, is this weird? Just like a normal day for me.
It's just
You know, by the way, we do know who killed Gerard. He told us it was Tomas or Thomas.
Are you looking for a reaction from me?
No, when she told you Gerard was dead too, but I just wanted to let you know that Thomas was the one who killed him, and maybe he might have had some hand in Grace's death if he's a bad person like that.
The world is full of bad people.
Did you know? Did you know someone by that name at the institute?
I did not.
Okay.
But there were a lot of people at the Institute, and I did not mix with all of them.
So liquid dragons in bottles. Does that ring any bells?
Doesn't ring any immediate bells. No, I'm sorry.
I didn't think it would, but
If it is linked to the Institute, I wasn't privy to all of the magical dealings.
okay.
I feel our time is short.
Yeah.
Grace, I love you so much.
I love you too. What was your name?
Melody.
It's very pretty.
Much like my daughter. She goes to sort of brush your hair behind your ear, and it just passes through her fingers, and she looks at her hand passing through you for a moment and pulls back. She turns her head to Rose. Keep her safe.
That's what I've been doing her entire life.
Not her entire life.
The one I've known.
And you can see like the edges of her form start to sort of sparkle and become almost like little dots of sparkles rather than like a solid line to her. She says, "I'm here if you need me." where to look. As she takes a couple of steps back into the center of the circle, and as she does, those sparkles just sort of dissipate out into the ether as the light comes back to the area and the candles dim in light. And that's where we're going to take our 10-minute break.
Whoa.
Intense.
Whoa, heavy moment right out the gate, guys. Yes, we're just going to go for 10 minutes, and then we're going to head back. So please stick around. We do have the giveaway is still running up. Bloodstone dice, guys. Amazing giveaway. We just need to hit that goal. As soon as we do, we will unleash that for you guys. So and if you're not, just click the follow button. Doesn't cost a thing, helps us out a ton, and you get a character rolled on the screen for you. So if you're not already following, do that while we go and take our little break. So we will be right back, guys. See you soon. And welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking around. So, last we left off with the end of the séance. The light slowly returns. The flames die down in the candles, and all is normal again, if you can call it that.
Well,
Well, that was interesting.
I don't think I expected it to go that way.
I don't know what I expected.
I mean, everybody's different. But if it was... Everybody's different. She didn't have a whole lot of information, though, regarding your father.
Probably kept her away from business stuff.
She did say he was driven. Like 5 times.
Yeah.
It almost makes me feel like... And I'm not trying to paint her in a bad light. But it almost makes me feel like she would use that as an excuse for almost anything he did. Well, he's just driven.
Yeah, I get that.
Maybe just as you venture to meeting him, be cautious of that. I mean, I'm going to be right next to you the whole time anyway, but just saying.
But like I said to my mother, he lost 2 people he supposedly loved. What happens then to someone who's good?
Yes. Are you all right?
I don't know. It was nice seeing her. It felt comforting. It's so weird because I feel comforted and at home, but also I don't know her. So, yeah.
She didn't have very nice things to say about Easton. I mean,
People are weird about
he's
their
up the mountain, so is Eastus, so she shouldn't be pointing fingers or anything. I'm being defensive.
DM. She mentioned the Dawn Father. Do I know who that is? You know.
You would know who it is, but give me a religion check.
Okay.
I would know, right?
That is a 19.
19. Yeah, so Palor, the Dawn Father, he is one of the gods that is associated with the creation of Gahlia. Before time, before records. And one of the highest esteemed of the gods. Symbology generally with the sun, and he is associated with order and law to an extent.
Is it normal for either the Dawn Father or other deities in general for someone to kind of like hone in on one and only worship one deity and kind of like shun the others? Or
It's not usual that someone would like just completely shun unless it was like a god of opposing values, but they may not be disrespectful of that other god unless they were coming from like a place of malcontent. But generally, worship of deities across Gahlia is like you have your chosen deity and you live to their values as best you can.
okay. Cool.
Alrighty. This is not how I like to spend my rests, but can we get on our way now? I'm almost out of alcohol.
And with that, the two ritual spells that were being cast in the background come to an end. The tentacles pulling back from the magical items and spilling back into the pages of your book, leaving text in their wake. You have found one ring of water walking and one pair of boots of false tracks.
Interesting. These items, this one will let you walk on water, and this one will, well, not disclose where you've been, I suppose. I don't know exactly how they work, but
You would
There you
know
are.
from the pages in
Hand
your
them
book,
back.
but it would create the tracks of any kind of humanoid.
cool.
Oh,
That could be
I
useful.
think, I think actually any creature below a large size. I think.
Very cool.
Yeah, so your feet could look like, you know, you could have lizard feet, not except for you, Kaya, because you already have lizard feet. Or you could have like cool wolf feet
Not
or
lizard. Not lizard.
frog feet. I don't know.
Dragon.
It is
But here
humanoid.
they are.
But thank you.
Forget the frog feet thing.
So, those are useful. I will. Does anyone have a need for boots that will change your tracks to something else?
No, I like my boots.
Alrighty, well then I'll just put them in the bag of holding in case we have a need for them later.
Very
A
good.
ring of water walking isn't really going to do us a lot of here in the middle of the woods. So, unless somebody really wants that, I'll hold on to it as well in the bag of holding. All right. Those are in my inventory.
Okay. Put them in your bag.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are packing up and heading out. Yes?
Yes.
Sweet. Are we following the same path as we were before? Just sans wagon?
Yes. We're staying on the main
Why
road.
not?
Staying on the road.
Got it. Who has the horses? Are you guys riding them? Are you...
I think we're just walking them,
I mean,
leading them with the reins.
the three of us girls are pretty small. We could probably all three ride the horses without there being any kind of issue.
Anybody that wants to can ride them. I'll still lead them.
I call Ted.
Okay. So you mount up on Ted.
I'll go with my sister.
Okay. 2 for Ted.
And someone can let Adeline know that Jerry is available. She can't hear me.
Adeline, you can get on Jerry, the horse, so you don't have to walk, my dear.
Oh my god, thank you so much. I mean, these shoes, they're great, but like they're not like walking shoes. They're more like riding and like sitting in a cart shoes. But I can't do that anymore, so yeah.
I mean, you'll still be riding, sort of, except not in the luxurious form. Yeah. You're just going to help her on the horse.
Got it.
Yeah, Adeline like tries to make it as graceful as possible, but it's probably not.
Give me a performance check.
Okay.
Just because of the way you described it. You got to be careful.
That would be a 23.
23. All right.
She's,
Especially with the help of Rhapsody, you're able, and Rhapsody probably gets a feeling that you were like teetering from like the shifting of weight on the boot in his hand as he's like hoisting you up. But you do manage to pass off as if you've done this several times.
Yes. And not like in that weird little like dressage thing that rich people do. Like, is that a thing?
Dressage is a thing.
Dressage is a thing. I think you were referring to a pee-off.
Pee-off?
Pee-off? Yeah, P-I-A-F.
Oh, not like peeing off the horse.
Not a pee-off. A pee-off.
That's a complete different image.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Yeah, so you guys start on your trek. Does someone want to?
Lost that? I'll just tell. I'll scout ahead, and I kind of roll my eyes, pull out the last of my flask, and start moving ahead, only because I was getting annoyed of the group, so I'm just kind of making my way ahead.
Cool. Does someone want to give me a D20 roll for
I will.
today's travel?
Not me.
I'll do it.
201.
2.
2. Okay, good to know.
You know, I thought when I asked about if Lily's father had friends, we would have like a person we could contact when we get to the Institute, but it didn't go as planned, I'm afraid. I mean, we could still contact Gerard, but as far as like having someone we can trust when we get there.
Well, I mean, Adeline would have many contacts. Her whole family's there.
Yes. True. But well, yes, we'll go with that.
But
I feel like her family might be in danger.
Yes, that's what I was. Didn't want to put too much pressure in her direction in that regard. Especially how that other man just like threatened to hurt her brother or whatnot.
It seemed like, I mean, they sent her because it was possibly, to deliver the message. Originally, that how we met her, and I'm thinking maybe it might be because things are in a touchy or a sticky situation back at the Institute. So maybe, I mean, she definitely might know someone we can trust, but they might not be in a good situation either.
Yes. Well, I got the impression that her father was just busy, and that's why he couldn't go at the time.
I got the impression that she just talked her way into going because she wanted to.
We all got different impressions.
That is how impressions work.
I yelled from some distance ahead. You all assumed that she would be well received at the Institute.
That's a good point.
I'm going to lean towards Rose. Perhaps we need to figure out how to make some homemade alcohol substance. I feel I do not want to see a sober lost for an extended journey.
No, we can save that for a time when we're in one location for a while. I do have this alchemy jug.
Oh yes, you do.
Which can be filled with wine. I'm not going to dismount this horse to give it to him, though, so I'll like quicken the horse up to Lost.
Oh, I just almost ran over me. I was leading the horse.
Oh, that's okay.
leading the horses.
Oh, you don't need to lead the horses. I've been riding horses my entire life. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't know you had horses
Yes, we've spoken about it before. I used to ride horses at the temple.
Oh.
You may need to lead Adeline's horse, though.
Yes, I would maybe give her a hand. I say as I click and go forward. Take the reins back. Sorry, I missed that.
So you pass down the jug, the alchemy jug.
Lost. I'm not trying to say that you need to stay in an inebriated state. However, if you would like to, because that's the way you like to be, I have this jug of alchemy here that it's full of wine. Here you go. It's not brandy, but
I take it and I have a suspicious look on my face. I'm like,
it's wine.
is this being added to my tab?
Yes.
Everything's always added to your tab.
Just see Lily's head kind of poke over Rose's shoulder. Yes.
I'm on the horse with her.
No, I know. That's what I mean. Just like from the back.
And then I just give like a pouty face, and I just kind of hug the jug, and I just walk ahead.
Don't break it. It's enchanted.
And I take a big chug of the wine, magical wine. All right.
Yes, it is wine. I was gonna do something, but no. No, yeah, you're able to pull the cork and drink wine. I mean, it's not amazing wine. It's not. You've drunk some pretty shit wines in your time, and it's not terrible.
It's like Costco Kirkland wine.
Sure.
There went our Costco Kirkland sponsorship.
Okay.
Aldi wine. Sorry.
Say Aldi
All right.
wine's definitely worse than Costco wine.
For sure.
Well, great. Now we're never getting the Aldi sponsorship.
I know.
Oh,
Aldi,
darn.
we love you.
As well as Joanne's. We're burning so many bridges.
All right. Yeah. So I'll continue not scouting ahead, but moving ahead. Yes.
Cool. Is there anything
Rose.
anyone else wants to talk about on your journey?
Rose.
Yes, Lily.
So whenever I do a séance, I get the ability to do a different sort of spell.
Yeah.
I could send a message to my father.
Ooh. There's a part of me that feels, well, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You do what you feel is right. But there is a part of me that feels like it might be best to learn more about what he knows of your passing before you let him know that you're back.
He's already seen me. I think he knows inside.
All right. Well,
Should I do it now? I'm gonna do it now.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast send him.
All the parents. Okay.
All right.
How does it look when you cast sending?
Ooh. That's a really great question. I kind of imagine it sort of like the little kids game telephone. So like I'm speaking into a spirit's ear and then it's like traveling through all of the spirits to my father.
That could go very ethically.
Hopefully the right
All right,
message.
She said what?
No, but like that's what it looks like. Obviously, it's not that game.
I wasn't gonna do that.
That would be funny though.
Just stop breaking all my playing spells.
My lights turned off again. Good stuff.
Yep.
We're speaking with the spirits. Here we go. Okay. So, what do you say to your father that you've never met before? Who thinks you're dead? Hello, Father. It's Grace. I am no longer dead. Although I think you know that. I guess I just wanted to let you know. I have 5 more.
Nope, that was it.
That's it. Cool. Didn't know what else I was going to say anyway, so there we go.
That was right on the button. Well done. A few moments pass. The hairs stand up on the back of your neck as you feel the whispers coming back, getting louder as it's passed from spirit to spirit directly into your ear. And you hear Silas's voice. He says, "And who would be the one insulting the memory of my daughter? Speak truthfully, and I will be lenient." And that's it.
I'd like to cast Sending again.
Okay.
It's not someone imitating. It's me. We used to sit in the library together. And my mother passed. Oh God, two more words.
You don't have to use them all.
I need you. They're there. They're available.
It's like text messages from the early 2000s. We like have to use all, like all the characters.
Named Melody. I'm trying to like make him believe that it was me. So
Name Melody. Okay. And again, the message comes back. Anyone can look into archives to see that my wife's name was Melody. I need definitive proof. That's it.
he doesn't believe it's me.
It's hard. Something
I don't know what
to believe.
I don't know what to say to convince him. I don't know him. I have very few memories, and they've all been tainted by this copper skull, so
Maybe leave it for now. And if more memories come, then
I'm going to use my last 3rd level spell slot to cast Sending.
Okay. I will let you know as well. That roll I made was basically an insight check against himself for his better judgment.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I this is where Lily's at right now, so here she goes. I was taken at a very young age. I don't know how to convince you. I just wanted to reach out. Talk soon. Father.
Oh.
Just pulling on those dad strings.
Oh, that last one. I felt that one.
Good.
I'm going to take a picture of this dice roll.
Okay.
where's it going?
So, my first roll for the insight of his better judgment, given all of the circumstances, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put it in the Discord in the Dice Vault. The first roll, I rolled a 25.
Damn.
Holy moly.
This one, I rolled a natural 1.
Look at those dice.
Ooh, it's so pretty.
It means it's beautiful, though.
It is beautiful. Thank you, North Boundary. So, a longer period passes, and just for a second, you think that he's just done with messaging with this unknown entity of his. And then you watch as the spirits one by one pass the message back. As you see just one sprout, the other comes, the message is passed, and then it's almost like just one after the other just disappears, almost like this domino line of spirits passing this message down to you. And it comes into your ear. This can't be. If you are who you say you are, I must see you. Find me.
He says to find him. I think I convinced him.
Oh.
How am I supposed to find like the most powerful wizard in ever around here? We did find him once before, though.
I was about to say we did it once already, so. I mean, the but the Institute is a good start if we ever get there.
I would say that you would infer from his confidence in saying, like, seek me out, find me. Not like, where are you? A, it's going to be easier for you to go to him. And B, he is confident in his position, authority, and fame that you would be able to find out his whereabouts.
Right. Well, I can't talk to him anymore today, so I think I'm all talked out. It's very tiring talking to people, living and alive, or dead and alive. I don't know how you do it all the time.
I mean, I do it enough for the both of us, really. So if you just want to, be quiet for a little bit, I can talk. And I'll just start randomly pointing out, like, wildflowers and what they're called and, like, their names and, what you can use them for, the herbs that you can, like, the teas you can make from them. And I'll just ramble on so that she can maybe not think about it right now.
Lostaroth increases his pace.
And you're on foot, right? And we're on a horse, so
And I'm like really good at riding horses, so I don't.
you should just trot a little bit to catch up to him. Don't let him get too far.
Yeah, I will.
What's happening with the rest of the party?
I mean, we won't let them get too far.
I'm leading Adeline's horse, and I have a pretty fast walking pace as well, so I'm keeping well caught up.
Cool.
Roz is
But
literally
I'm
faster than a horse.
assuming we didn't hear any of that.
Not if she trotted up, I would.
Yeah, she kind of put a little bit of distance between you guys because Lostaroth was kind of pulling away by himself. So I would say that you heard speaking, but it would have been difficult to hear what was happening, especially because it was like one side of a conversation.
Right.
You can absolutely hear me talking about flowers and herbs now because I'm like,
yes, that's very
trying
loud.
to educate everyone.
Lily's like that person that keeps talking on their phone really loudly, and you're trying to get away from them, and they're just like blah 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 to themselves.
That's me.
Cool. Everyone, give me a perception check.
Oh no!
Right, we're traveling.
18.
Twins.
12.
18, 12.
21.
22.
Ooh. What about the frozen Adeline? Did she?
Here.
Are you with us?
Hattie.
Show us a sign.
Hear me? Oh.
Nope. There you go.
Show us a sign, though.
She is on the hotel Wi-Fi plane.
I think she's
Okay.
in an RV, which is worse.
Hello, I'm here.
As evening starts to encroach in, the light starts to dim, the sun begins to set. It's kind of in that just becoming dark as the sun is setting. So the golds have kind of left past the golden hour. It's just starting to dim down with light. Those of you above a 20, which I believe is just Rose and Rhapsody, you guys hear a rustle in the trees off to your left.
Do you hear that, Kaya?
No,
Lost.
I didn't hear it.
Just over there?
What was it?
A rustling sound, it seemed.
Is something following us? Or someone, maybe?
Lost. There's something ahead to the left.
I just take another draft from the wine jug and then lazily look to the left. I'm just like standing here with the jug like this. What? I don't hear anything.
Good. Eyes of the grave.
Okay. Drawing on the power of Eastus, you send out that wave of like sonar-like energy searching for undead, and nothing returns.
Well, it's not undead. But there is something.
Is it an animal?
I don't know. Seeing that Lost isn't going to investigate anything, I would yell back to the rest of the people with us, or the rest of the party. Just make sure they all were given a heads up, not knowing that Roz heard it.
I'm gonna hand you the reins from Adeline's horse, and I'm gonna walk over and try to check it out.
You sure that's a good idea, Kaya? I mean, you don't
Well-
really see well in the dark.
Well, it's not dark yet.
It's daytime.
Well,
Sun's just setting.
So I'm gonna walk over where they said the sound was coming from.
Okay.
At least to like the edge of the wooded area. I'm not gonna go like fully out of sight or anything.
Okay. Give me a perception check or an investigation check, depending on how you are looking into this area.
I rolled a 19 for my perception check, so that's a 26.
As you approach the tree line, kind of just allowing your hearing more to take over, to give you a direction, a bead on what it was that you were alerted to. You take a moment and your head points straight towards the direction that you hear the rustling from. Do you approach?
I'll take a few steps in that direction, and I'm gonna holler out, Hey, you over there! What are you following us? What are you doing? We know you're out there."
And you hear back. Yeah, you hear back. State your business, friend or foe.
Well, I can't say as whether or not we're your friend, but because we don't know you, but we're certainly friendly.
A few moments pass, and you don't see anything
We're just passing through.
And then from out of the tree line, seemingly not from behind a tree, but in plain sight, between the trees, where you should be able to see someone, you watch as a 7.5-foot Goliath walks out. The gray blue tone to the skin, dark striped tattoos starting at the eyebrow and heading across the back of his head. He is wrapped in different kinds of pelts and furs. And you don't see where the tattoos go, but you do see that they cascade down his arms as well towards his hands. And you see that he had knocked an arrow in his longbow, and he slowly lets it down, not putting it away, but just not drawn. And he walks to you.
There's not many that travel through these woods.
Well, we would have been on a wagon, but some what are they called? These
No.
things attacked gnolls. Yes, these gnolls attacked us, and they hit us with a fireball in our wagon, and it burnt it up. And
Gnolls hit you with a fireball.
well, I think it was the wizard that was with the gnolls, but he's dead now.
Oh. Was he a bad man?
I'm fairly certain he was, because he attacked us for no reason, and then when he died, he split into, like, his head exploded and something happened, and then he said that the Flind will rise and Yinagu will return. And then he disappeared.
And he takes the arrow from out of his bow, puts it in his quiver, and he says,
That was a lot.
Right. Well, I want to make sure you understand, like what happened to us in the last day. I mean, actually, that was all this morning and today when that happened. It's been a long day.
I see. And what is your business in these woods?
Like I said, we're just passing through. We came from Vargaden, and we're headed to the coast to go around and get on the other side of the mountains.
Vargaden.
You know the place?
Well enough.
Do you live out here in the woods?
No, my tribe lives.
and points towards the mountainside.
Well, forgive me. I forgot to tell you. My name is Kaya.
I am Sartak.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Sartak.
Yes, it's good to meet friendly faces on the road.
Are you by yourself?
I am.
And he puts his bow down. You can see now that it's a beautifully carved bow. There are all sorts of like tribal designs and knottings carved and etched into the side. It is of like those of you with bow proficiency, it is a very good make. And he places it down on the ground.
I come to these woods to hunt for the tribe. We are a nomadic folk and don't often stay in the same place. But we exist in the mountains.
Well, I will say this: before he exploded, he said his the Knoll group pack, whatever they're called, they're going to attack a city or a village or something. I don't know when, but we got that much out of him before he died.
Do you know where?
Well, I think it's on the south side of the mountains.
In the province?
Yeah, I think that's right.
My tribe and I, we don't meddle in the cities of people.
I
But
can understand that. I'm from a really small village as well.
there are a few cities the other side which may be of interest to them. Hobolder, the dwarven city, or more likely Heliacal.
Which Kaya you would know to be the capital city, basically, of the Sol province.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on their size of their goals.
Is it difficult to travel through the mountains?
For most, yes.
So we're just better off staying here on the main road.
Oh, with these,
Pointing to the horses.
yes.
All right.
If you intend to let them go, you could potentially make it through the mountains.
Is it a hard journey?
For most.
Would you be willing to serve as a guide through the mountains if we could somehow repay you for the favor?
How would you repay me?
Well, I don't know. I don't rightly know what you or your tribe needs, but if we could talk about it and work something out. If we don't have anything to offer you or way of repaying you, then I understand. We would just be better going around.
My people want for not much, but food and shelter. And I do not see them being welcoming of non-tribe walking through our paths.
I understand.
How we stay safe.
I think that makes sense. So we wouldn't want to impose. We'll continue our route around the mountains.
I'm standing here holding the jug, and I kind of look at the jug and look back at Rose, and I go, does your tribe have need of mayonnaise?
What is this naze of mayo?
I look up at Rose, and I whisper, this thing can make mayonnaise, right?
Yes.
And I remember acid, right? Acid, mayonnaise, vinegar.
Mm-hmm. And wine.
Okay, that's considered food by some people, right?
I mean, they're condiments at best. It also makes fresh water.
And fresh water. These are possibly things that Goliaths might need, right?
Yes, but I personally, I really don't want to get rid of the horses.
Don't Goliaths eat rocks? The mayo would go good on rocks, right?
I really don't know.
Well, just a suggestion.
Goliaths are people too.
It makes me very uncomfortable when you talk about me when I am right here.
I was whispering.
Kaya's in on it.
Yeah, I certainly didn't whisper.
Okay.
No, if you were keeping it between you and Rose, that's fine.
Well, I take another chug of my wine.
You'd also have
How
to
far how far are each of these locations that you mentioned? The Dwarven City and the capital.
The Dwarven City is the closest. If you follow the coastal path around the bottom of the mountains, once you make the coast, you could be there in maybe a day to 2 days.
Well,
If you make
that's
good time.
promising.
It's pretty good travel on the other side
Once
of the
you
mountain.
make the coast, it will take a few days to get to the coast from here.
Okay.
Well,
That's
then
better
I
than
guess
2 weeks.
yes. And so I guess we have some traveling to do. It was nice meeting you. And I'll just trot on with the horse.
And I'd like to turn my head all the way around to say goodbye.
And as he does sort of start to lift a hand to say goodbye, and then seeing that head turn, kind of pauses and says, "You know, it's a little bit quicker if you head this way. The path doesn't go the shortest way.
Okay.
I can."
And he looks at the sun setting and says,
I can lead you some of the way.
Yeah, we're gonna make camp pretty soon. We don't want to be traveling in the dark anyway in this area.
I was going to do the same.
Maybe we could camp tonight together.
There are safety in numbers, yes.
Right.
All right.
and he puts his bow on his back and starts to travel with you, taking the lead and pulling you off the main thoroughfare, the road more traveled. He's mindful of where the horses can walk and sort of leads you down this path, even though it's through the wood. He's constantly scanning the ground and tracking everything and making sure that everyone is safe and that the horses can walk through unimpeded. There's a couple of times that you have to kind of settle them down as they reach kind of more like claustrophobic feeling areas of the wood and things, but between you guys, like growing up with horses, and same with Kaya, you're able to guide the horses through. Sartak picks up.
There's a small clearing that would make good camp. Yes,
Great. That looks great.
my vision is failing with the light, so we rest here.
And he walks over and pulls his pack off of his shoulder and starts sort of unpacking bedrolls and things, and starts putting together a sort of a fireplace, and a small like survivalist kind of like sticks and branches that are purpose made, that you can see they've been bound with like this thick twine, where he's able to make a sort of almost like a spit across the fire. And he pulls out some of his fresher rations and applies it to the spit and begins to slowly cook for you guys.
You know what? I don't regularly shoot a bow as my regular weapon, but I mean, I know how. I grew up, hunting with one, but I just wanted to say your bow is, you have a beautiful weapon.
Thank you.
Did you carve that and make it yourself?
I did.
Well, it's very nice.
We, like I said, we keep to ourselves. Try to forge a path of peace, isolation from most people.
As he's kind of turning the spit, and you can see like the flicks from the flames are kind of just illuminating bits, his tattoos across his body.
And what about you? You're traveling where not many people travel. Where are you headed?
Well, eventually we're headed to well, we're escorting Adeline here to the Institute. We met her in Elderwich. And
Is this the blonde one that's already asleep?
yeah. And she did us a favor, and we're returning the favor by escorting her to the Institute where her parents live. And, I'm not from around here, but I grew up in the province. Not too far. So I've been through that area, But yeah, that's why we met her in Elderwich, and instead of going the long way or the short way, which is probably not as safe, we decided to go the long way, which is supposed to be safer. And then, of course, basically the second day we get out of town, we get attacked by gnolls and a crazy wizard who turned into a terrible thing. Well, maybe it wasn't as safe as we thought it would be.
The world seldom is.
I've learned that since I left home.
So you all just came together in order to deliver the sleepy one to her home.
Well, as you said, safety in numbers, correct?
That is the way of my tribe.
And Losteroth here, he owes the sisters over here, he owes them a lot, so he has to stay with them until his debt is paid. And I don't think, honestly, I don't think his debt's ever going to get paid because it keeps getting bigger, apparently.
I just turn over to Kaya with like an amazed look on my face, and I just say, Kaya, remind me never to ask you to follow me on any of my jobs.
Why?
And Sartak speaks up. Fear not, it is not a thing of shame. It is just a cycle of debt. It's hard to escape. But I believe you will get there.
Financial advice for the Goliath.
Puts his hand on your shoulder and kind of squeezes and like jostles you back and forth.
I was referring to the loose lips, but that's fine. Thank you for the advice.
You are welcome, indebted one.
Well, I didn't mean to disclose any private secrets or anything, but he was asking what brought us together, and I was kind of describing the mechanisms that hold us. I think even if you didn't owe that debt, I think we would all still be together. I think you'd hang out with us because I think you like us. I know I like you. Speaking of that, I was thinking, you know how I've had a lot of training as a monk, but I was sort of a fighter before that, and I was wondering if I wanted to, be a better fighter instead of, learning some monk things again for a while. Maybe you could give me some pointers.
I believe he's you, indebted one.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, maybe you could work with me on my fighting technique. Because you're a really awesome fighter. And I like some of the moves you make, and maybe I could pick up on some of those.
I look over at Kaya and I smile and I just say, flattery will get you nowhere, Kaya, but fire brandy will.
Well, I'm not flattering you. I'm just stating facts. But if you want fire brandy, I'm sure we can come up with some. I don't know where we're going to get it right now, but you know what? I'll owe you some fire brandy.
Good. Yes. We'll get to training. Just to just remember that I have a unique style. It starts early in the morning with calisthenics. We strip down to our breechcloths, and we work the morning sun. Yes,
I can do that.
Very well.
I will not be participating.
When I grew up on the farm and the ranch, and we did chores. We were done with our first round of chores before the sun even rose. So it's not nothing new to me.
Sartak's just there, kind of turning the spit, bemused by everything.
Apologies for my friend Kaya here. He's adverse to awkward silences.
There is nothing about silence.
Sometimes I cause the awkwardness, I think.
I can see that.
Well, if I make it awkward for you, Sartak, I apologize.
Oh, this is quite entertaining.
I do have a question for you, Sartak. You said your tribe is nomadic and kind of stays to themselves.
Yes.
Do you... How should I... Do you find, your outings looking for things to hunt invigorating or intriguing? To be able to get away for even for a short period?
The quiet is nice. The hunt is good to clear your head. You have a soul focus. It is cathartic. I wouldn't say invigorating. The animals that I put down are used completely to the best of our abilities, and we try to leave the bloodthirst in the past. Our tribe carries a great shame.
How so, if you are permitted to expand upon it?
And you can hear the fire crackling, spitting, the flames kind of dancing across his face. And you see the look of sorrow. And he says,
A long time ago, my people were bloodthirsty. Thought that the only way that they could survive was by taking from those who already had those means. My tribe happened upon a small village. And it did not fare very well for them. The stories say that out of all of the chaos, death, and murder, stepped one human woman who, in what we believe as karma, laid waste to almost our entire tribe. And we took that as a sign that we were headed in the wrong path and retreated to the mountains where our ancestors came from and chose to isolate ourselves, lest we fall into the patterns of our ancestors.
This was many generations ago, right?
Many.
Well, I mean, you can't continue paying for the crimes of others.
We do not pay. We choose.
Oh, well, that's completely different then.
Do you know who
We choose to not repeat the sins of the father. Actively.
sorry, you were saying, Rose?
Do you know who the woman was?
No. The stories just tell of the judgment that was passed.
Does that ring any bells?
Absolutely. You're hearing the other side of the tale of Lagatha.
That's what I thought.
But
Does he recognize the shield that I carry? Do I get any ping off of that? No? Okay.
Nope. He hasn't even glanced at it, other than initially kind of sizing everyone up.
anyway,
So
the
he
meat is done.
Well, I must.
As he pulls it off and starts carving it, you can talk to him.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, the way you've all changed your approach, it does sound different. I mean, most people would have taken the opportunity to get the upper hand on us, but you chose a nicer route, or path.
Prefer peaceful.
Yes, peaceful.
You sure? I'll say this: you were really good at hiding right in plain sight.
Tricks of the trade.
Okay.
Anyway, those who wish to eat may eat.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
He lays out the food for you. And if we're not planning on doing anything else, you guys get a long rest.
Woohoo!
Yes.
And you know what you get? A birthday! Happy
It's your
birthday! It's Jay's birthday right now!
Happy birthday!
Thank
I
you,
don't know what the
guys.
rules are about singing that song. Anyway, and I'm like,
On the screen.
I think it's open source.
Yeah.
I think the
Oh,
birthday
man.
song's open source.
Oh, look at you, Mike. Oh, that's
You're like
so
red
cute.
as an apple.
Mike, our
All right.
resident Twitch goblin. So the morning comes around, and
Oh, there was one thing that I
Oh,
wanted
go
to
on.
do. Sorry.
yeah,
Before we bed it down, Roz would have took his dagger, loosened off the jewel at the end, taken the vial of poison out, set it aside neatly, read the note, and then rolled it back, put it back in, put the vial of poison back, and then tightened the jewel back on.
if you're reading the note, give me an investigation check.
That's better than asking for a wisdom check.
Wisdom save, yeah.
First
Yeah.
note.
No! I hate digital dice. I rolled a 1 and I have a +1, so it's a 2, but it's a fail anyway.
But you read it before, so maybe you get advantage.
You get
No,
advantage.
I did not say advantage.
I mean, I tried for you, Roz.
You pull it out and you unroll the note and start reading it back. You can almost hear Korum's voice in it this next time that you read it by yourself. And there's something to the way that he's written his characters. There's something there. You don't know what it is, but there's something there. There's some nuance to his handwriting where it looks very elegant, but there's something intentional in there. But who knows? Roll it back up, put it away. As morning comes, Sartak is already sort of semi-packed as soon as you guys wake up. And as he's kind of putting things in his pack and closing up and putting his pelts back on, he looks across at you all kind of stirring and says, "Good morning. It was...
Good morning, Sartak. Good morning.
It was pleasant to spend time around other people. Maybe it's good for us to mix every so often."
Sartak, do you mind telling me the name of your tribe?
I do.
Okay.
Fair.
I was just thinking if maybe someday in the future I happened to be wandering in the mountains and I came across and people found me and I'd say, "Hey, I know Sartak. He's a member of your tribe." But if I don't know your tribe, then
I would appreciate you not saying that.
oh, okay. Then I definitely wouldn't do that.
If you see me, feel free to pull me to one side and have that conversation with me. But we are an isolationist tribe.
Okay.
I felt good in you. Thank you for the company. And if you head,
and he gives you several directions that head through the wood with a couple of landmarks.
And I'm really good with directions.
Yes, you are. He basically gives you the directions to shave another half a day off of your travel.
Yes.
And he has already saved you a half day.
Yeah,
Nice.
like it.
Well, if we never meet again, I just want to say it was very nice knowing you, and I hope you have a good life.
You people of the cities and worlds, you might appreciate this.
And he reaches into his pack. He pulls out a sort of moderately sized sapphire. And he hands it over.
We have no need for shiny rocks.
Well, I'll reach out and thank you. This is beautiful. Are you sure you want to part with it?
What do I do with it?
Well,
Are you
thank
sure
very
there's
much.
nothing you need from us?
No. Thank you for the company and the connection.
Thank you for the kindness.
And he turns and heads further and further into the woods until you can't see him any longer. You can add a sapphire worth 250 gold pieces to your pack. And that is where we're going to end tonight. So thank you so much for everyone that stuck around. Thank you for the birthday messages and things that came in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gifted subs, the prime subs, new subs that I saw coming in. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is a really cool stream to go into my birthday with, so I really appreciate my players and everyone who's at home watching as well. This is why we do it, right? For you guys to enjoy the stories that we just love telling through Dungeons and Dragons. So we're blessed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for starting your weekend off the right way with Fables of Gahlia. We're going to raid someone, so stick around for the raid because you will get bonus channel points that will aid you in giving, what's the word? Giving flex points to our players. So we're going to raid Pixel Circus. So please stick around to drop into there, drop some raid emojis as we do. Thank you again. We love you so much. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.
Bye, everybody.